Rodeo Time in the Dale warehouse again, and because it is all the time, we're bucking stock around the clock. We've got some very important topics to cover, but one that was just being discussed, earliest memories. What was your earliest memory, Jackson?
Like I was saying earlier, I think
Into the microphone,
That
please.
mic is like a mile away
You
from your
can bring
face.
it to your face. You
Gosh dang it.
can, you can lean back.
Good heavens. Get the whole stand closer.
You can pull the whole stand back.
like that.
There
That's
you
a
go.
bad way to start. I am so
Sorry, I'm
angry
not-
right now.
Not used to a podcast.
That's no Riz,
You're,
bro.
You're still not speaking into the.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's better.
He's,
Okay,
you know what
sorry.
you know what he isn't right now, Donnie?
Locked
In.
He ain't locked in.
No.
Anyways,
You're
like I
locked
was-
out.
Like I was saying, one of my earliest memories was, I want to say back in elementary school, my teacher used to have this.
What
clip-
grade?
Kindergarten or preschool.
Oh.
So still pretty early. My teacher had this thing hanging on her wall, and it was like pins that had our name on it, and there was different levels that were like, it was like a behavior thing. And I just remember, like, one day my teacher just looked at me and just walked over to it and just moved like my name all the way down to the bottom, and I was devastated.
You
What'd
just
you do?
weren't.
I think it's because I wasn't like the best at paying attention in class.
Mm.
Kind of like to talk too much to my friends, and she didn't like that.
You had the mic too far away from your face at an early age.
That's right.
You weren't locked in.
No,
Or maybe you were just locked in on different things.
that tends to be how it goes.
Did you fail school or did school fail you?
I want to say neither, because I still did learn a lot from school.
Attaboy.
Success story.
So when was this early memory? Like 8 years ago?
No,
How old are you? Because you're pretty young.
18.
You snuck in.
Yeah,
You kind of
That's right.
snuck into your dad kind of pulled some strings and got the old.
pulled a lot of strings. You think?
He didn't actually pull that many strings, but it was he did sneak in because normally it's 21 and up on the intern program. And Jackson's here. He's trying to prove himself.
That's right.
And he's not only been trying to prove himself around the ranch, but in the rodeo arena. Isn't that right?
That's right. Did something pretty crazy this week, past weekend. Went to go play the bullfighting games at the UBF in Cowtown Coliseum. It's pretty cool.
Were you nervous?
Yeah, I feel like it's like me and my dad were talking about it. If you're not somewhat scared or somewhat nervous, it's probably something wrong with you. But I was never too scared or too nervous to the point where I didn't want to go in there and have fun.
So I got a text from Cody Webster. We're in a bind. We need some bullfighters. I send the text out to all 10 interns. And guess who is the only one to
That's right.
chime in? The 18-year-old straight out of Compton. Where are you from?
I'm from Fort Worth,
Okay.
so I was right there.
I thought it was Dallas.
No, sir.
You kind of give like a Dallas vibe.
Do I?
Is it
What does that mean?
I don't know, but it made Cole laugh.
I'll
it
take
the
that
chains?
as an insult.
Is it the chains?
It might be the chains.
Chains aren't even out today.
I know because you got that hoodie on, that Mooney's Own Rodeo Time hoodie that you can get at rodeotime.com right now in the month of May. We got a buy one, get one going on. And then in June, it'll be like buy two, get one. So check out rodeotime.com. You get to pick the free one. Anyways, back to Jackson. You're a bullfighting sensation
Am
now.
I? Am I?
Why is that funny, Donnie?
I don't know. Sensation's just a funny word.
Yeah.
Pet
Phenom.
Pet peeves. We're going to talk about it. Let's start with a category of bullfighting. What are your pet peeves in bullfighting, Mr. Jackson, whatever your last name is?
Going to the fence for sure.
Okay.
If you're gonna get in there,
Yeah.
if you're gonna get in there, go at it.
Yeah.
You get a hook
Okay.
in, it doesn't matter.
He's one bullfight in.
That's right.
Get off the fence.
Get off the fence.
Can't fight him from the fence.
That's what I have to keep telling Cam. Cam called me
That's
before I
what you-
went to that.
That, in his defense, that's fair.
Yeah.
Cam called me before I went to that, and I kept, and he always says all the time, he's like, the one way to get me to do something is to call me. And the amount of times I called him it on the phone, he still didn't show up.
Oh, you were trying to get him to come up there.
Yeah, he called me, and then I was like, well, since he's already called me, and he called me to talk about it, I was like, I'm going to try and see if I can make him mad enough to where he'll show up.
Mm.
He was not taking the bait. He was
Okay.
I could hear it in his voice over the phone. He was terrified just thinking about going. But then he called me after and was like, man, I got FOMO watching you up there. I'm like, well, that's your loss.
I did have a text in the group text that got a lot of attention. I said when Jackson chimed in that he was going, I chimed in and said, Cam talks about it, Jackson is about it. And that's what happened on Sunday.
That's right.
Yeah. So, did you make it around the bull?
No. No, I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to it in the ring toss game, which the ring toss game, is you have a really big hula hoop, and it's called ring toss, but from what they were telling me, you're not supposed to actually throw it. You kind of want to like bait it into engaging with you, and then like just stick it out and have it run through it, and then let go, and it should stay on. Well, I'm thinking like, okay, I got this, so I kind of throw my hand up, start running at it, and then it looks at me, and I got to thinking too much about what they were trying to tell me to do. I froze up for just like what it felt like half a second, but that was half a second too much.
Mm.
And then next thing you know, I'm like Ricky Bobby. I'm like, oh, I'm flying through the air right now. It ain't good.
Oh, whenever
I was
she
on-
really rolled
I was
you
on
up.
top of her for, it felt like forever, but in the video, it didn't look like that long.
Okay. What are some other pet peeves about bullfighting that you got now?
Shoot. Some other pet peeves.
Donnie, you got any bullfighting pet
Yeah,
peeves?
do you got any?
Not really, because I'm not really a bullfighter. But
Me neither.
Every bullfighter usually has a dog with them. It's kind of a pet peeve.
yeah, that is something that it's usually like a healer or something. Like no colored bandanas ever, like on their baggies,
Oh, yeah, I've seen those.
like bowler caps.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
That's a pet peeve, bowler caps?
Not for me. I'm just throwing stuff out.
Stereotypes.
Yeah.
Just stereotypes.
Mm-hmm.
You don't like the bowler cap?
No, I don't mind the bowler cap.
Would you rock one if you were out there?
If you're gonna rock one of those, you better be good. What about face paint?
Like clowns?
How are you gonna paint your
How am I
face?
going to paint my face?
Yeah,
I guess I haven't really thought that far into it. Maybe just
like
like
like a frown. I think you should do a frown.
frown.
Yeah,
Just like a really big one.
yeah, and a big red nose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
old school bullfighter.
I'm sorry, I haven't been listening at all. I was just texting.
I saw that. I was just trying to fill the void.
Fill the void. Do you feel like whenever I'm like not locked in, there's a void?
Oh yeah, there's a distance. There's a space.
Okay.
Is the silence loud?
We're going to go to a new segment sponsored by Ranch Fuel. Use code Dale on ranchfuel.com. Weirdest family holiday moment. You got one, Jackson?
Weirdest family holiday moment. No, not really. I didn't really have a lot of family holiday events.
Really?
Yeah.
Do your friends try to hit on your mom?
No, because I've eliminated those friends.
Because they're
Cam's
not
your
friends.
friend?
So non-friends have.
Non-friends have tried to hit on my mom.
Okay. The only reason I bring this up is the beef between you and Cam.
Yeah, the beef. Hopefully it's been settled,
I
but
think it has.
you never know with Cam.
You guys went to the mats. You picked him up in the air and then showed mercy. You didn't slam him.
And then he still tried to put me in a headlock.
Yeah.
So,
Guillotine.
or guillotine, yeah. Sorry.
What's your weirdest family holiday moment?
My family had like a big falling out at Christmas, like 3 or 4 years ago.
Ooh.
We didn't go to Christmas for a couple years after that.
Dang.
Yeah.
Little board game gone wrong.
No, I think it was deeper than. I actually had just left. I didn't even witness it, but
Well, let's hear it. What?
let's get it. Let's lay it all out on the table.
Mine was when I was in college, Easter. It wasn't bad necessarily, but it was just a little weird. rewind a week earlier, prior to Easter, my girlfriend had her house broken into. I can't remember what. They stole like some, maybe they left the guns, but they took some Louis Vuitton bags. They took a laptop, but they left the TV. And then they did clean out her panty drawer.
So this is a chick.
Huh?
It was a chick that robbed him.
Yeah. I mean, we all kind of had like a little bit of a suspicion who it was. It was something like that. Like, definitely took the panties, but it was something like took the bags, but left the anyhow. Yeah, so fast forward, we're all at doing just our family Easter egg hunt like we always do. And in the pasture, so I mean, the eggs we didn't find, we would find, for months after that. But we all take off, and adults as well, kids, college kids, and then adults, and we're all running and getting Easter eggs, throwing them in baskets, and kind of competing. It got a little heated in there, and we all circle back, get back to the house. It's maybe over like a half an acre area, and get back to the house, and my mom had used a little bit larger Easter eggs because some of them weren't, so you could see them better. But we went to cracking open Easter eggs, and every single one of them had a fresh set of panties in them. So,
no, she wanted her to have new underwear.
My mom didn't rob my ex-girlfriend, but that's how she refilled the panty drawer, I guess. So it was hilarious, but I mean, it was only awkward for some of the grandparents that were in the mix and didn't understand why they were, and also just awkward because my mom was getting this type of underwear, like
the skinny kind.
I mean, all kinds.
Oh.
I guess she was covering her bases. That's why some of the Easter eggs weren't as big as others.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah. What about the children?
Well, who robbed her?
I mean, we kind of think we know, but we don't really know. Yeah,
The case continues.
Yeah, it's an unopened or
unsolved
mystery.
I have to look into it.
Any more about your bullfighting? Are you done, or are you just getting started?
I think I'm
just getting warmed up, baby.
Yeah,
just getting warmed up.
I think so. I think start practicing.
Start practicing.
Yeah, I actually hadn't had any practice before going to go do that.
Well, you did fight at JB's.
I wouldn't call that practice, though. I didn't actually practice. I was in there
but that's
trying.
I mean, that's pretty similar to what it's going to be.
Yeah, I guess so. Because there isn't a whole lot of thinking that you are able to do while you're in there anyways. But nonetheless, that was my second time doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So there should be more to come.
Do you have some plans outside of the arena to get prepared for in the arena?
Yes, sir. Yesterday, I was in the cold plunge. I got in the cold plunge just to kind of help with the soreness.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start getting in the sauna more, doing more cardio, drop some more weight. And then also start working on footwork drills again. I get my footwork better.
Mm-hmm. I think that's wise. If you're going to run around some bulls, a lean, mean Toby the Tank, Jackson Toby the Tank Reddick is what we need.
Toby Two-Step is what he called himself yesterday.
Okay, we need to go from Toby the Tank to Toby Two-Step.
I think when they announced my name at the thing, the announcer called me Toby the Saint Reddick. What do you think?
He must have misheard when I told them Toby the Tank.
I don't know if he said the Saint or the Tank.
He said the Tank.
The Tank, okay.
Yeah. You misheard.
I couldn't really hear anyways.
Yeah. There's just so much crowd involvement.
It's just too loud.
Yeah.
Couldn't hear it.
Okay. Well, let's keep going. We've got some more questions to ask. I've got some people to call. I want to hear from Cole on the experience with Jackson. Let's talk about it. All right, Jackson. Thanks, my man.
Thank you.
Let's get those orders filled out there, brother.
See you, buddy.
No carbs today, all right?
Maybe ever.
Maybe ever.
Hey, we'll work out later, all right? I'll show you some stuff.
How did our man do?
He did good. When I pulled up, so it was myself and Harrison, cameraman, and we pulled up, and I had gotten a text from Jackson's dad saying, "Hey, just wanted you to give me a call. I kind of have some questions about tonight." And I call him, and he's "Yeah, I just wanted to make sure Jackson wasn't getting into a professional bullfight or anything." And I went, "No, I don't think so." And he goes, "Oh, good. Well, I feel better now that you're there." I'm not a bullfighter. I'm not even kind of a bullfighter at all. But I'm pretty confident.
Yeah, roll the clip.
Yeah, roll the clip, man. I have tried to make one fake on a heifer, and it didn't work. Anyway, but we get there, and I go behind the chutes, and Jackson is jerseyed up. I didn't realize how official it was going to be. And he's got his cleats on. He's got his jersey on. He looked like, I was like, oh, damn, he looks like a bullfighter right now. And I go back, and the first animals that I see behind the chutes are the ones they're going to use. And, I mean, this big old Bramer with pointed horns. I'm thinking, oh, no, I just gave his dad a vote of confidence. I think he's about to go die. Oh, no, I've made a terrible mistake. And then I talked to Smash was no help, Smash Webster, because I asked, he'll be all right. And she goes, yeah, sure.
Probably.
She answered every question I had with, yeah, it'll be fine. It was like, okay, yeah, I know we're making videos and everything. It was all funny, but hey, seriously. And she goes, yeah. And anyway, that was not the bull that Jackson had to fight at all. He got to fight some of the littler ones. But yeah, he went right to it in the ring toss. And I kind of got on him a little bit because I thought he should be warming up a little more than he was, but apparently he didn't. He went right to him. And
Donnie, how do you feel? Do you feel threatened in terms of being the in-house bullfighter?
Not at all. You can have that title.
Okay. But we are going to have a bullfight, an intern bullfight.
Okay.
So you feel like you got a chance?
It's possible. Depends on the bull power, I guess.
Yeah.
Depends on what I draw.
Okay. Fair enough. Yep. That's half the battle.
So he does good in the ring toss. And they set him out a couple games, right? And which is good. He did good in the ring toss. Like, he got lifted up and set back down. It was perfect. Crowd went nuts. And then they're asking him if he sat out a couple games. He sat out in the bullfights. He had to go in the stands and pick out a girl, or he had to pick out anybody. He picked out some Australian gal.
Was she pretty?
She was okay.
Yeah, always helps.
Unless she watches the videos, and then she was super hot. But then he's got to do the last game, and this is the one. There's two teams going together, and it's the last man standing. So there's rings out there in the arena, and Jackson goes, "What are they gonna use for this one?" I said, "It sounds like just a cow or something." That's what they had told me, and no, it was not a cow. Jackson goes out there, and they pump him up, and the clown and everything. He's out there. He goes, "Yeah, Jackson, the tank," and I remember he's slapping him on his back, and I was thinking, a little more energy, Jackson. Like, it's like, okay, a little bit. You might have to save your life here. But nope, he was going to be a rock. He was pretty motivated to win. And then it was not a cow that came out. It was definitely the biggest thing that Jackson's ever had to run away from came out there. And the man opposite Jackson, this steer comes out of the chute and goes straight for him and takes that dude out. Doesn't waste a second. So then it's just, oh, shoot. She makes a round. It was like bam, bam, bam. She got 3 guys down out of the circle, and it's just Jackson and 2 other dudes now. And Jackson's in the corner, which it seemed like not the place that you would want to be. And for some reason, some divine intervention, whatever it was, Jackson made a couple of half fakes, and that steer just went right by him. Never did touch him. And he ended up, he won. He threw his hat in the arena at Cowtown Coliseum. It was pretty cool.
We're going to go to a news segment brought to you by Rock and Roll Denim. and
Rock and roll reflex.
use code Dale on rockandroll.com for, I think it's 15% off. Ask the internet, and I'm going to answer a few questions, and you type into Google, is Dale Brisby? And then look at the prompts below to find out what questions are being asked of the internet about Dale Brisby, and I'm going to answer them for you.
Ask and you shall receive.
Is Dale Brisby married to the game, my friend? Because I ain't got time for women. I've got time to go. Now, okay, back up. I do have more time for women than I do men. So that's the other question that sometimes gets asked. Not on these prompts. Is Dale... I ain't gay, dog. Okay, so that's the answer to that question.
Good way to answer that.
Kind of
Just
vague.
direct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm married to the game, but... Okay? You know what that means. Is Dale Brisby a bull rider? The GOAT. I'm going to stand up, show you guys my buckle. Hear that?
Hear that?
Do you hear that on the microphone? I'm hip thrusting my buckle against the microphone again. Donnie, I'm sorry. World's greatest bull rider is what that buckle says. So is Dale Brisby a bull rider? Yes, as a matter of fact, you're talking to the GOAT. Next, is Dale Brisby a real bull rider? I'm not sure how you didn't understand the first question. Is Dale Brisby actually a bull rider? Is question number 4. Yes. Question number 5. Is Dale Brisby a real person? I'm not AI generated. I'll tell you that.
Yes, and I have feelings.
And I'm a real person and I have feelings, and you're beginning to hurt them.
It's not even real. It's not even real.
Yeah, Fred Whitfield. He ain't even real. Yes, I am, Fred.
Not even a real guy.
6. Question number 7. Is Dale Brisby real? Again, starting to kind of get, I thought the internet was supposed to know things. Well, I guess these are people asking the internet.
Yeah.
Is Dale Brisby a champion bull rider? See, that's what the buckle says. Champion this year. That's number 7. Question number 8. Is Dale Brisby retired? No, I'll never hang it up. So as long as you're trying to be a bull rider, no, the best you'll ever be is second. Is Dale Brisby a real cowboy? Now we're kind of shifting. We're going from bull riding to cowboying. And I didn't come here to learn it. I brought it with me, old son. Last question, I believe that's number 10. Is Dale Brisby hair real? And it is indeed. It's my hair. Got the receipt to prove it. It's also real hair. So that's why they're so expensive.
Worth it.
Worth it. What is Dale Brisby? More internet prompts.
What is Dale Brisby?
What is Dale Brisby? Who asked questions?
You take on more of an entity form there.
Yeah, with the first half being, what is Dale Brisby? What is Dale Brisby's real name?
Once again,
I'm not even going to answer that.
It's in the question.
it's in the question.
In the question. Yes,
Right.
thank
How
you.
redundant.
What episode of Yellowstone is Dale Brisby in? I think it's episode 8 in season 5.
You were
wanna
on
say.
Yellowstone?
Shut up, Cole. I am Yellowstone.
Somebody
What?
wrote an article about it.
What is Dale Brisby's net worth? Google that real quick on your phone and just to ask it, because I'm curious. I think it said like $107,000
I bet it's more.
is what the internet
I feel like they
said.
always overestimate it by a lot.
Yeah, what's your net worth on
I
the
don't
internet,
remember.
Donnie?
Somebody said it was a lot though, and I was like, I don't know where that money went.
We're gonna find out
Um,
what the internet says Dale Brisby's net
Do
worth
you,
is.
somewhere between 1 and 2 million.
Oh, so it's gone up.
Well, hold on. This is going. It's either $36,000, $430 or $36,434,
Are you looking at my bank account?
or $2 million.
So they're trying to decide if I sold the first gen. That's
Yeah.
the difference.
It's very vague.
This one's approximately $227,000. How do they come up? Do they just look at the assets in your video and then go based off of that?
You got me. Like I said, I think they're just basing that on the presence of or the absence of the first gen, which is for sale, but it's going to be somewhere between the range of $36,000 and $2 million. So pick a number somewhere between those two.
Just looking for Donnie Daytona's net worth.
Good luck.
Oh, Donnie Daytona has a cameo. I don't know if you
Yep.
plug that very often.
I haven't in a while. Usually sing people happy birthday.
You sing them happy birthday?
Oh, yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
no kidding?
Yeah, I'll
Dang.
sing people happy birthday.
I had a dream last night. I inherited $4 million. Donnie, what would you do if you got $4 million? You got an uncle, passed away. You didn't know about him. Bam.
I'd buy a van.
You'd buy a van.
Yep. A sweet van. Rigged to the gills. I'd take it on the road. And I don't really know. I don't know. I'd buy a van, though. Some kind of motorhome vehicle.
Hmm.
Then just save the rest, probably, for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you do with $4 million, Cole?
Man, it's tough. Obviously, a new
It would be
pick.
tough.
Yeah, it would be hard to
Money
spend
doesn't make you tough.
Money doesn't make you tough.
Usually makes you weaker.
I mean, there are some things. Top of the list is a truck and trailer. One of those. Just that's especially. But also there's that other gas station for sale, and I don't know. I mean, we don't
investment.
really. I know, but think about it. I mean, it maybe, but I miss Jerry's. Do
you miss Jerry's or do you miss Jerry?
Both. I miss both. It used to be able, you walk into that gas station and the ceiling wasn't falling down on you. Food
It was. It was like that.
At least the food wasn't rotting in the coolers or anything,
I'll give you that.
I don't want to rag on them too bad, but I just want a better gas station in town.
I hear you.
Jerry spent his life up there, though.
He did.
Are
Yeah,
you
but
gonna
if you had $4 million, you could probably hook it up where somebody else ran it for you.
That's what I know. And
Yeah.
but if it was a cool,
then that $4 million becomes $2 million. Pretty quick.
yeah, but we do something good for the people of Winnebago, and I never have to pay for fountain drinks again. I don't even drink soda, but the flex of being able to just walk in there, fill up a fountain drink, and leave. Oh yeah, that's worth $2 million.
We're gonna go to a new segment. Brought to you by Rodeo Time.
Your call has been forwarded.
Oh no, she didn't.
Not available.
That's her
Yeah.
number, everybody.
She
At
let
the
it ring
tone,
twice,
please
and it
record
was
your
like,
message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
I think it's kind of that you sent me to voicemail.
You're welcome for the career.
Yeah. You're welcome for the career, Katie Kaufman. Yeah, y'all don't let me forget to take that phone number out of the. Ghoul.
man, I just let it ride.
Yeah.
What about on the highway? What are some of your pet peeves?
Blinkers. Why not use them?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's nice. They're there. I don't think it's that hard.
I just kind of zone out when I'm driving. I don't really get.
Worked up?
Yeah, I try to just. Unless I'm like really late for something and people are just kind of dragging. I'm like, get the hell out of the way. I
Yeah.
got places to be.
Yeah.
But other than that, I stay.
You don't
pretty-
get mad if people don't wave at you, Cole?
I'm slowly phasing out of that one. I still wave a lot. I still
Yeah.
give the 2-finger salute a lot. I just don't get mad at it anymore because I'm not doing it for them.
Yeah.
But I will, unless they look at me. Like, if I wave at somebody and they look at you as they drive by, then it's just
Right.
Was this gesture of basic human kindness foreign to you? I'm confused now.
When you got here, you used to get mad because nobody waved
Yeah.
back.
I was, because as fewer people are in Winnebago, I thought more folks would wave back, but they don't.
I remember my neighbor driving by. You were driving my pickup, and she was mad because you didn't wave at her.
Yeah. I agree. It's a pretty hypocritical stance to have. Sometimes I forget. Sometimes.
I don't even see people wave. I'm just locked in on the road.
It's usually like vehicles. So, like if I'm pulling a trailer, other trucks and trailers want to
yeah.
wave.
Yeah.
Hang your
Kinda like
arm out the window.
motorcycles.
Yeah, give them the gun to the ground.
Motorcycles will wave at each other,
Yeah.
but they wave down
Yeah. They just drop. Yeah.
because you don't want to pick your hand up like this on a motorcycle. Or the wind will catch it. And then, ooh.
Hello, fellow motorcyclists.
I too ride a two-wheeled vehicle.
Slowing down in the acceleration lane is it's one of my biggest pet peeves. Like
Yeah.
of all pet peeves, not just on the highway.
Yep.
People that like slow down when they're on the on-ramp and they're just like trying to look for a way to get in. Like you're supposed to, that thing is a long on-ramp for a reason so you can speed up and merge into traffic.
Mm-hmm.
What about the Brandon pin? Any pet peeves? Cowboying?
I mean, it's mostly just stuff that I do, you know?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, rope badly. Every now and then you'll get a guy who is really, really good at kind of maneuvering his way out of work the whole time.
Mm.
You notice, you'll notice a floater. They don't have them very often, but you'll notice a guy who's a professional floater.
Mm.
I mean, he goes to a lot of brandings and never really does anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He doesn't make any decisions because he's just kind of there. Here's how I know it's real. I've been that guy before
Why were you that guy?
because I didn't know what to do. So I got out of that one. I figured out, you know, if I was going to be good at one thing, it was going to be putting ear tags in or something. But yeah, every now and then you'll find the passive aggressive floater who's just kind of there. And if you had a camera on that guy, you'd realize he hasn't touched anything, has he?
Donnie, got any cowboy pet peeves?
No, I'm just trying to figure it all out and not be the pet peeve. Like,
You're just trying to not be the pet
yeah,
peeve.
I just want guys to not be upset when I show up with Dale Brisby to help them.
I had the first brandings I ever went to. I had a boss, and he'd like head on a swivel and hustle, no matter what. It was like run. So I mean, for a long time, dude, I would just be sweating my butt off, like literally just running everywhere. And it was just it worked because I didn't want to be a lazy floater anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, ignorance is better than laziness, though, I guess. If you were going to float.
Absolutely,
You're
yeah.
just trying to stay out of the way. That's better than just being lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. What about you?
Yeah, what's your pet peeve?
The only thing I can think, it's not really specific to cowboying. It's just like, I was going to say late. If people are late or if like people aren't hustling, you know, like if there's an obvious next step that we all know. And there's some times where it's like it is kind of a casual morning, but there's other times where most of the time in Texas, we really need to beat the heat.
Mm-hmm.
Or there's just no reason to
Not.
Yeah, just lack of hustle. I don't know. Or if somebody's just kind of standing around, whenever it's just like the cows have been stripped and calves have been sorted and, you know, nobody's going to get the Brandon pot and everybody just looking around when, I don't know, it's the obvious next. That kind of stuff would be.
Mm-hmm.
But if they don't know, that would be fine.
Yeah.
But just if somebody knows and they're not, anyway. Lack of hustle.
Yeah.
Which brings me to one of our next segment brought to you by Can-Am.
Can-Am.
Side by side of choice. Go to feedbuggycorporate.com to get yourself a Can-Am Defender. Yeah. I used to drive other side by sides and then my mom got a job. And also I got tired of working on them. So we're going to go to some of the mean tweets. Yeah, these are some roasts of Dale Brisby.
Perfect.
Now, some of these are based on a picture of Dale Brisby wearing my 10-gallon hat. It's actually more of like a 14-gallon hat. So that's what, if someone says something about the cowboy hat, that's where that came from. You're the product of Beldar stepping out on Primat by the looks of that dome. What's that?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Beldar and Primat?
I don't know. It must be some kind of, what is that?
Lord of
Star
the Rings
Trek.
reference?
No, is it from Masters of the Oh, is it from Star
I
Trek?
have no idea. I'm just
Beldar. The Birdney Steven is some kind of nerd.
Oh, no, that's from Coneheads.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
Yep.
Yeah, that's an old school one.
Yep.
Less of a nerd.
Yep.
Nice hat, cowgirl. Thanks, Logan.
got him.
Got
Got
him.
him so good.
You're about as handy in the pen as a double arm amputee.
Dang.
Thanks, Logan Maddox.
That's actually pretty good.
You look like the wrong end of Donnie's mom.
Whoa.
You look
Too
like
far.
the kind of bull rider to wear full gear into a restaurant. Those all four are from Logan Maddox. 62. So, this guy said, not nice, bruh. I mean hat.
Yeah, was that Carson?
Dale Brisby is the only cowboy who spent more time on TikTok than on a bull. So I don't know.
I don't know
Yeah.
if that's true.
Yeah.
It's also not hard to do.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if you rode every single bull you got on, and you got on 3 bulls a day,
Yeah.
that's a little bit over 1,000 bulls. That's 8,000 seconds. How many minutes is that?
Divided by 60. I don't know.
What's 8,000 divided by 60?
How many
At
hours?
133 minutes.
0.3333333
So-
repeating.
That's a little over 2 hours in a year. That's getting on bulls every day. Yeah. So Insta's HTTPS, not a good roast.
No. Yeah, that was lame.
I don't get it.
They didn't expect us to break it down like that. Jumpers Rock 101 says, "This is fun, but I'm genuinely a fan, so I'll stop now. Ha ha." He also said, "The shades are so no one can see the hurt in your soul that is the emptiness of your heart.
Oh God.
The only thing the only thing bigger than your hat is your ego. Your hat is so big because it needed extra room to store your empty thoughts. Old school, more like old fool.
Some of these are just straight hurtful.
You talk like you invented the rodeo, but you ride like you just Googled it. Your hat is bigger than your mom. Crown tall, weenie small."
See, that's a roast. That's a roast.
That's a good one.
Why the F is your hat so damn talk? It's not like you got a big brain in there.
I ain't got a good brain.
You sure showed him.
Your crown grows with every lie. Can I be the first refried bean to be an intern? What does that mean?
I think he means Mexican.
Oh.
Maybe.
Well, he wouldn't be the first Mexican.
No.
Dale, you just a long-haired wannabe cowboy with a nice smile and good sense of humor.
Oh,
Kind of nailed me.
wow. It was kind of nice.
Kind of right on the money.
Thank you.
Long-haired wannabe cowboy with a nice smile and good sense of humor.
I hope you have a fantastic day.
Your biggest workout in lifting is your phone to record your next video. P.S. I'm sorry. All hat, no chorizo. Yeah, what do y'all got? You want to pull yours up, Donnie?
Yeah.
There was a good comment on the video we just posted where Cam lost his hat, and spoiler alert, if you haven't watched the video yet, it's still worth a watch, but doing some ranching, and we shap him at the end, and this guy commented,
The Brokeback deal?
yeah, GD, y'all, what kind of cowboying is that? That shapping is so GD broke back gay. What are y'all Trump voting Republicans that maxed out Grindr at the Republican convention? I commented back that somebody sounds jealous that they didn't get shapped.
Dale Brisby just says he's world's best bull rider because he could never ride broncs. I named my dog after you. Then he died.
Someone called this is from Rodeo Time Facebook DM. Someone called your belt buckle a tombstone for a dead pecker on your waist. Then I screenshotted his profile picture and sent it to him and said, "Don't try and tell me you're drowning in it looking like that." He said, "More cowboy than your shriveled little D will be, and that's facts, and I have the buckles to prove it." Then a couple days later, he also said, right after that, he said, "Looking like Billy Gay virus with your hair." Then I didn't respond, and a couple days later, and he said, "I want to apologize, Dale. I was having a really bad week. No need to take it out on each other. The tombstone buckle is just an old joke from back in the 80s and 90s.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Because everybody says it.
But
Yeah.
if that was just a joke, but then to immediately be like, you know, like,
Yeah.
oh, it's not.
I got another one. Someone responded to a story on Facebook. It said, "You're an idiot." I think they always think that they're talking to you.
Yeah.
Okay. So
At least that's what you tell yourself.
yeah. They said, "You're an idiot." I said, "In my defense, I wouldn't peg you for the sharpest crown in the box myself." He said, "I know more my pinky than you know about it being a cowboy." I said, "What about your ability to form a sentence?" He said, "I'll kick your. I'm a Marine, 22 years retired. Don't F with me." I said, "Sorry, I didn't know I wasn't supposed to respond to your direct message. Won't happen again." Then again, he was like, "It's okay. I'm just giving you hell. I like your cowboy comedy." So I don't.
Somebody's gonna come whoop my and be like, "What are you talking about?" This guy said, "You look like Abe Lincoln and Kid Rock had a love child."
That's good.
Oh,
That's good. Because of the hat. It's so tall.
See, this is what there's been a couple of cut downs on my shirt when it's really just like a turquoise colored pearl snap, rock and roll denim. It's a fishing shirt, super lightweight and comfy. And this person said,
Active Western.
"What kind of Helen Keller chose that shirt?" The buckle is a tombstone. Looks
Yeah.
like a tombstone for a dead whatever. That is maybe every other comment on every Facebook
Got
post
him.
that involves the buckle.
yeah.
So unoriginal.
I hope Dale Brisby is satirical, because if you wear your boots over your blue jeans and need that big belt buckle, you ain't no cowboy. That's just like provably wrong. Like, there's nothing. Like, just if you shotgun your boots.
Ed Drake said, "You probably eat Snickers upside down."
Oh, that's funny.
Miranda Daly said, "You probably have a skincare routine." This person said, "These are just questions. What's Dale's net worth?" Apparently, it's somewhere between $36,000 and $2 million.
All right, this one comment is, "You a yuppie girl on the internet, come hang with someone not making vids all day." And either Donnie or Dale commented, "Where did you watch this, Gerald?" And they commented back, "You right." You right.
Does Dale drink breast milk? If so, does it come from Donnie? No, okay.
You just made that up.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I_Swan_07 said that. What is your least favorite horse you have? Whichever one is chewing tails. We still don't know. So I'll let you know when it happens. Who's the next cowhand coming onto the podcast? That'd be Gage Morehouse. He will be here any minute. Zach Top, he's already been on. Do you read fan mail letters? Yes, I do. I try to read every single one of them. Sometimes they get backed up and put on Lisa's desk rather than mine.
Sometimes they send like paintings.
Where do those ones end up?
There's a painting of him riding an eagle in there right now.
I think you said panties. I
No,
was like, what?
paintings. What I do with some lady's underwear.
I don't know.
Whew, we'd like to thank Can-Am for that segment of mean tweets on Dale Brisby. Oh, didn't get me too bad.
No. Some of them, people didn't know how to.
The big hat, the little weenie one, that was funny.
Yeah. Not true, but funny.
So we're going on record. It's not true.
Yeah.
There's no correlation at all. Your next hat is just like
Tiny.
not much of a crown on this hat, is there? Internet. Do we have any front runners for the media position?
Yes, we do.
Any good ones?
Yes. And I will bring him up as soon as this podcast is over, because I don't necessarily want to say his name on here in case he doesn't get hired. Got any life advice before we get ready for our next guest, our next podcast?
What is it? Last time I reread Atomic Habits.
Mm.
So I'm just gonna stick with that one. Small changes. pennies in the bank add up over time, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Little.
Yeah, if you're not considering inflation.
Yeah. Fair enough. Little habits, I suppose.
Donnie, what do you got? Did you just Google life advice?
No, I didn't. I have a Chat GPT roast of Dale Brisby. You want to hear it?
Absolutely.
Oh boy, here we go. This dude looks like he just walked off a Yellowstone set, but forgot he's not actually on the payroll.
Balls.
They must not know that I've gotten
Yeah.
paid for being on Yellowstone.
Not so. Yeah.
You've got the I Wrestle Cows and Compliments starter pack, oversized hat, belt buckle big enough to receive satellite signals, and gloves that say, I don't actually need these. But they look cool when I clench them.
Which picture did you show him?
That turquoise shirt is screaming louder than a rodeo announcer with a megaphone. Are you a cowboy or a walking highlighter with spurs? Pretty weak, chat.
I don't know.
GPT.
That was that. I don't mind their verbiage on the end of that one.
I like the.
I have wrestled a cow.
Yeah. I have gloves, but I don't need them.
Yeah.
That's kind of
a good one.
smart.
It's pretty intelligent.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Who is that? That's not Katie Kaufman running that, is it?
Uh-uh.
You didn't
No,
just text
no,
her,
it's-
did you?
It's my source. Sorry. Hold on. I got an incoming message.
From ChatGPT.
Yeah, I got the 3 little dots coming up.
Mm.
Life advice? I don't know. What? Ditto. What he said.
Ditto to what he said.
I don't.
You know what? I learned something from Jackson this last week.
Let's hear it.
Man, sometimes maybe just standing still is worthwhile. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't really.
He had the balls to go out there, man. If I'd have seen those bulls, I guess I just couldn't really fathom how glad I wasn't having to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But Jackson was pretty pumped up.
Yeah.
Whether it was naivete or courage, whatever it was, it dang sure worked out that time.
Every time I give life advice, I just feel like you just go, and I just feel stupid for what you just go,
I do that to everybody, though.
Okay, maybe, yeah. I don't know.
What
one-
did you have? You had the one about the ship or something?
I said, a long time ago, I said something about burning the boats.
How do I remember that?
Yeah, that's good. Just stay consistent. Keep going. You
Yeah.
can't fail if you don't quit, kind of thing. Like if you just keep showing up every day.
Mm.
You can't?
You cannot fail. The only time you can fail is if you stop doing it. Like
Right.
if you give up, that's when you failed. Keep going, keep trying.
You'll probably make it.
I don't know.
Just kidding.
Maybe.
Mm.
There it was.
What?
There's the smudgeness. There's
You
the-
set me up. I couldn't not do
Oh
that.
yeah.
Hey, I like that because in sales, I was selling vitamins in college. I heard someone say no sometimes means not right now.
Yeah.
And well, like supplements, vitamins, etc. Like turns out most people kind of go through a spot in their life where they decide they want to get healthy. And so you might get a no from someone, but if you're still doing the thing, whether it's selling vitamins or whatever, 18 months later, when they decide to get healthy and they want like a little extra help, well, the no actually meant not right now, provided you were still doing the thing and you hadn't given up. As soon as you give up, all the no, they turn into actual no's. But anyways, I think I'm just trying to ride your
Emphasize.
coattails
Yeah.
on your life advice. So
It's fine. I'm wicked inspirational. So
my life advice was going to be an apple a day keeps everyone away if you throw it hard enough.
Mm.
an apple wouldn't leave a bump like that. I bet it could.
Barnyard.
Yeah, good
That's
job.
a
Yeah.
good one. This is a deep cut.
What's that from?
Barnyard,
Rick and Morty?
kind
No.
of. Same kind of
I mean, yeah.
animation. I don't. No, it's not the same.
Not,
but-
yeah, it's not the same animation, just also animated. Yeah.
Pretty good movie though. You should watch it.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Give it up for the one and only Biggie Cheese. They call me Mr. Bombastic. Call me fantastic.
Dude, I got an arm. Do you know what we're talking about?
No, but most often when our life advice comes around with Cole and Donnie, any topic comes up with Cole and Donnie, it circles back to some sort of movie quote. On to the next one, everybody. Pow, pow.
Mm.